Michael Penix Jr. is by far the biggest quarterback anomaly in the 2024 NFL draft. And if I'm being quite honest, I really don't know how to take him at this point. I've watched a lot of tape on him. Plus, you watch him in the national championship against Michigan. Like, as a leader, you really like him. As a football player, you really like him. As a quarterback, you really like him. And as a person, he seems like a fantastic dude. But, I mean, I really think that he could either be a first-round draft pick or fall deep into the third. Like, I really don't know how to take how this slide could potentially be. So today we're going to show you why the Las Vegas Raiders need to draft Michael Penix Jr. And also we're going to give you a little bit of a draft profile / history on the man. So starting out, yes, he started out there 3 years at Indiana, 4 years, excuse me, and, was meh. It is what it is there, but overall came to Washington, and that's where things really blew up for him. So his redshirt junior year, whatever it was, 4,641 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Came back as a senior, led the the Huskies? I don't know what it is, but overall he led Washington to the national title game, along with Romeo Dunes or whatever it is, his star wide receiver. That those two tore it up this year. Over 4,900 passing yards, 36 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and to be quite honest with you, there's a lot of things that you like about him. So he has a live arm, and he's always pushing the ball down the field, which is so hard to teach young quarterbacks. Like, no matter what, he's always keeping his eyes downfield. He takes a lot of chances down, and he really gives his guys a lot of chances too to come up with the football, which I absolutely love, because not a lot of guys take chances, especially when they're younger. And when they get to the NFL, sometimes they're a little bit Tommy checked out, but not Michael Penix Jr. He's going to air it out. He's going to let his guys go make a play, and you love to see that. He does a really good job of going through his reads as well for a younger quarterback. So I think that's something that you really got to be encouraged too by, because he's a guy that he just goes through, makes his progressions, makes the throws that he thinks he needs to make, and then goes from there. As far as cons, there is some velocity issues that I have a problem with. So yes, we talked about how he's always willing to throw the deep ball, but how is he in the intermediate routes? How is he in the shorter routes? It's like there's some times where that accuracy does show up, and that we've mentioned too with the intermediate accuracy. Can he throw a couple of corner routes? Can he get it into some tight windows there with some of these pro level type corners? I don't know. I think he needs a little bit of time to refine some of that. And then also, especially against Michigan, you really saw him hang on to the football, which in a lot of cases they were sending a lot of pressure, so it was kind of rough at times. But overall, I think that he had a tough time holding on to the football and really deciphering the defense. And I think that will really be something to work on into the NFL, because again, I think he could either go into the first round, or I think he could fall all the way to the third, because he's a guy that, kind of in the middle there in terms of accuracy and all that. But the intangibles are there. The ability to make some of those big-time throws are there, and those big-time plays, absolutely. But I really do question how he's going to come out into the NFL and really develop the rest of his game. But I do think that this would be a really good pick for the Raiders, especially if they get him in the right spot, like, 2, maybe early 3. I think that would be a very good selection, especially with you got Aiden O'Connell at quarterback, and Michael Penix Jr. If he does cash in on some of this potential, he could be a really special player. But